Hey everybody, it's Michael Costa. How you doing? I'm in Brooklyn, New York. I'm getting ready to have my buddy Mayer Hawthorne on here. My buddy from Ann Arbor, Michigan. I'm having a Bell's Two Hearted. We're gonna talk comedy, music, Ann Arbor, pandemic. We're gonna answer your questions. And I'm going to play you the song that Mayer Hawthorne made for my Comedy Central special. I think I did it. Waiting for Mayer Hawthorne. This is the future of promotion. What up? Mayer Hawthorne in the house.
Michael Costa in the house. Michael Costa
Is back
He's
in
in the
town.
house.
I was hoping you would have a sick backdrop, and look at that.
Oh no, this is a green screen.
Okay, got it.
It's all fake. It's just for you, man.
That doesn't look fake. I hope that's real.
One of those might be your turntables.
Yeah, some people don't know this, but Mayer Hawthorne, before you bounced to LA, right?
Right before I moved to LA, yeah.
And you came over to my pad in the old west side of Ann Arbor. Is that where
That's
it wasn't
right.
at my parents' house, was it?
I think it actually was your parents' house.
I've been living with my parents a long time, dude.
Hey man, your parents' house is cushy, man. Your parents' house was nice. I would have lived there too.
Tell me about how many turntables do you have?
I actually own six 1200s. Yeah.
And it's all the MK2 1200s.
They're all, well, these ones right here are like a special bougie, like black and gold edition that, of course, I had to have because I'm a total dork. But, and then I needed a pair because I was touring all the time and I had to take a pair on the road. So there was just the road set, you know, it's a whole thing. How are you, man? It's good to see your face.
Sorry, this dog is barking at me. He's my
Hey,
dog.
Walter!
What up, buddy? Walter,
What's going on? Looking good, dude. Wow.
he's gained some weight in the pandemic.
Yeah, he's put on a little pandemic pound or two.
How are you staying through it all? Are you just hitting one of them 6 MK2s? Are you writing? Are you playing? What are you doing?
When the pandemic first hit in like March, I don't think I turned my studio on for like 2 months.
No shit.
I mean, it was like I was just like down and uninspired and like, you know, I couldn't go to get my usual glass of wine at the Chateau Marmont and and get some life experience to write about. And I was really bummed. And then, you know, slowly I was like, we're going to have to just do something. And then I started just deciding I was going to make something every day, even if it totally sucked and I just threw it away. Like I would just force myself to make something every day. And I'm definitely back in the swing of it now. We're cooking. Now we're cooking on 4 burners, man.
Is that what makes you happy? Because I know with me, I can bitch a lot. I can find bitterness if I look for it. But when I create, whatever it is, if I write a joke, if I'm thinking of something to post on social media, if I'm creating, I can be happy. Is that how it is for you?
Yeah, I'm a workaholic. You know, I think both of our parents, I know they're come from like Midwest blue collar, hardworking backgrounds.
Yep.
And my dad definitely instilled in me that need to like always be working, never not working. So yeah, I mean, I have to be working or I'm miserable. When I go on, what's the longest vacation you've ever been on? Like to a resort somewhere in Mexico or whatever.
I actually can do that. I know.
Oh, you can do it. See, I'm a 4-day max. Like,
yeah.
and then I'm like I have to get back to work.
Yeah. When you do something like that, what are the essentials is from a music standpoint that you will bring with you? Like, are you in the hotel playing?
I'm in the hotel, man. You can do anything on your laptop now. I mean, you can make an album on your fucking iPhone now. It's so crazy. There's so many great things about it, and then there's, but there are, like with anything, there's like positives and negatives, but you can do. I do so much. I have this beautiful studio that I built. My house.
Dude,
and a lot of times I'll like just sit and I'd rather just sit and make a beat on my laptop, and I don't even turn it on.
That's unbelievable. I find myself like editing on iMovie. I don't have like real editing, and then I'll switch over to the phone because it's just that's where it's going to end up anyway, so I can upload.
Dude, I started mastering all of my music for iPhone now, which is like maybe the saddest thing that's ever come out of my mouth. But you have no choice now, and I'm guilty of it, just like everybody else.
Of course,
I have all this like warm analog vinyl behind me. Guess how I listen to like 50% of my music on my phone,
on your phone,
a little iPhone speaker.
Dude, that is crazy vinyl behind you. Is that, and if the air conditioning breaks, you got to be careful, dude.
Man, well, so we just moved here. I'm gonna show you. This is gonna be a little brag right here, but dude, here's my. I'm gonna turn the camera around. There.
Oh my god!
There's my new view. I was wondering
why the light was kind of flickering.
You're getting a little LA sunset right now. Stupid. A magic hour sunset over here. But in the summertime, I realized it's gonna be a problem.
Right.
For these guys.
Right.
We're figuring out some kind of window covering situation.
This is a problem that as a boy learning how to play instruments in Ann Arbor, you would have welcomed any day.
These are extremely first world problems. These are what's more spoiled than first world problems. Whatever the notch above that is.
That's unbelievable. Hey, I want to play the song you made. Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah, sure.
Is it awkward? Because people do this to comics and they say like, let's play the joke, and it's always like, I'm sitting right here. But for those
as long as you're playing it and I don't have to play it,
right?
Great.
Right. Now that would suck. Hey, so for those of you that do and don't know, I reached out to Mayer when my Comedy Central special was editing and said, hey, I have the smallest budget in the world for an original song. Would you be willing to do it? And he didn't even hesitate. And he made this little ditty, which I love. It's a minute. And I'm just going to play it. And we're just going to chill and drink and listen to your work. I want to ask you a little bit about the song.
All right, great. Let's do it.
All right, here we go. I hope
cheers, my man. Did you tell me you're drinking Bell's?
Bell's.
Woo!
Lights in New York are brighter because Costa.
You making here?
Mm-hmm.
In Detroit and LA, people stop and they say,
I feel like I need a martini for this.
Is back in town.
Hey!
Turn it up.
There you go. Now you can hear it.
Fucking love this jam, dude.
Somebody just said, Matthew Broderick, thanks for joining today. It's good to see you. I'll take that any day.
I'll take Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
This is what I came out to stage at in Detroit. Here we go. Last 10 seconds. I love this little bit right here. I fucking love that.
So, man.
What did you say? Matthew Broderick just joined?
Yeah, somebody in the comments just thanked Matthew Broderick for joining the combo today.
So, what is a little? Tell me about that process. I'm not asking for the fans. I'm asking for me. How do you make that? There's horns. There's flutes. There's drums.
Well, I get the answer to that is I get a lot of help from some of my really good friends. And those horns actually were all done by my homies in Detroit.
I think you told me that, right?
So
Yeah.
we got the hometown Detroit. I was like, if we're going to talk about Detroit, we got to get the guys from Detroit to do the horns. Yeah. I remember I got to see the show in LA here.
Yep.
And I've seen your stand up many, many times. And I was trying to think, I mean, I remember, I don't think you gave me a whole lot of direction. I think your only direction to me was that you wanted me to sing your full name.
Exactly. Dude, when does a comedian get his name sung by a legit artist?
I loved that. That was great.
I felt like that was a stretch, but I was like, come on, if anybody's into it, I actually know you. It's not like I was like, asking Pearl Jam, like some band I never met them or anything. I was like, so I went for it, and you were nice enough to say yes.
Well, I would hope if Pearl Jam ever did something for you that you would ask them to do the same thing.
True.
But yeah, I was just, I don't know, from the stand up, it just felt like it felt like some like the only possible genre that would fit really well would be like some classic Rat Packy, and I wanted it to have those big horn hits and like be upbeat and energetic, but I didn't want to make like a rock stadium anthem or anything like that. I wanted it to feel like old school comedy club vibe. And every time I've been to the Comedy Store in LA, which I love, Jeff is always there playing the piano live.
Oh, dude.
And he's so amazing. And I was like,
he cannot read a note of music, but he can play the fuck out of the piano.
He is an absolute genius. I mean, he's a national treasure, that guy. It's so incredible. But
how do you know him? Just from going to the store?
Yeah, that's it. He made that big of an impression on me as a musician, though, going to the store. I was like, fuck the comedy. This guy is the star.
Dude, that's unbelievable to hear, because we all just kind of assumed that like Jeff knew music, but you're sitting there to watch comedy.
Right.
And here is this pianist, Jeff, who's been there over 30 years.
Yeah, what a legend.
Crushing it. I mean, yeah.
And it's so effortless for him.
Yeah.
Which I'm so jealous of. Anyway, I wanted it to feel like something that Jeff could have played. And next time you play the Comedy Store, you have to get Jeff to play the song.
Oh, shit. I didn't even think about that.
You got to get Jeff to play the song.
Yeah, I have to. And, man, the last time Vulture wants me to ask the last time that we saw each other. And the last time we saw each other was at the Hollywood Improv.
It was Hollywood Improv, right.
And I would show the picture that we took, but on this phone. But basically, my head is fucking cut off, and it's you, but it's a funny pic. But that was the last time I saw you, and
I look like Prince in that photo.
You were dressed,
but not because of anything I was wearing. Because you are so tall. I'm a tall guy. I'm over 6 feet. You made me look like I'm a 4'9" guy or something.
Yeah. Well, and I was thinking, in comedy, you need like quick starts, hard stops.
Yeah.
Punchlines, bang. It's like,
bang.
It's not like this kind of roundabout thing. And so when I heard the song you made, it was like, bah, 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 bah. And I'm like, oh, this is how I like comedy to be.
Yeah.
Bang,
well,
bang.
You know what's wild too is one of my favorite YouTube clips of all time. I don't know if you've ever seen this. I bet you have. Is the guy, God, I'm blanking on his name right now. I feel so bad. But the guy who composed the theme for Seinfeld. The guy that did all the music for Seinfeld.
I bet you that some of the viewers will know the name if they want to drop it off.
Somebody in the comments tell me the guy's name. It's he did a million things. He's amazing. But I remember in this video, he's explaining how he came up with the theme for Seinfeld, and he based it on the cadence of his stand-up voice. And I was like, you know, I want it to feel like.
Is it Mike Post?
No, it's not Mike Post.
God damn it, Led Zepp 7700.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, come on, you guys. You got to be better at Wikipedia.
Exactly.
Well, anyway, yeah. I really wanted it to feel like your cadence, Jonathan Wolf. There you go. Thank you, Nicole. There you go.
T. Nicole, 1980.
There we go. Jonathan Wolf, what a beast. Go watch that video on YouTube. I'll send it to you after this. It's incredible. It's one of the best. And he's doing all the noises with his mouth and mapping it to the keyboard. It's so 90s. It's unbelievable. Anyway, yeah, I hope I achieved that. I wanted it, you know, to have that feel as if, you know, you were delivering it.
I love it. I love it, love it, love it. You know, whether I have your permission, Sony's permission, whomever, every live show I do, you know, I want that to be when I'm coming on and when I'm leaving. And also, and I don't think enough people respect this about music, the instrumental version, you can just chill with, you know, and like it can be on while you're grabbing a drink. And I love a good instrument. I mean, to me, the Beastie Boys introduced me to that an instrumental can be dope. And
that's amazing.
I know it's suburban white boy hack to say the Beastie Boys introduced me to good music, but I was like, why would I ever listen to a song with no lyrics? And then they were like, here's why.
Here's why, right?
And
right.
I was like,
they were definitely. I mean, I got a lot of that from them as well. I mean, they were taking cats like Jimmy Smith and you know, all these like, you know, Wes Montgomery and these old school jazz cats, and they were introducing a whole world of white kids in the suburbs to that kind of music. It's amazing.
Someone's asking about your new album, and I also wanted to ask you, because Spotify confuses me, but that song Rare Changes, you did that before the pandemic, and it's pretty fucking relevant to this day.
Rare Changes, I started writing before the pandemic hit, and then it actually I finished it during the pandemic, and we released it just a month or two ago. But I couldn't believe how like accidentally relevant it was. I mean, I just blew me away. I was like, how?
I mean, there's the first two lines are like everything. You know, forgive me. I know you spent, but it's like today's the same as yesterday. Everything's the same.
Yeah. And you know, and it sucks that it was like so. It was so right on, but yeah, that was just a really crazy coincidence. And then once it hit, I was just like, oh, well, now I got to run with this theme, and it actually really helped me finish the song, because I was kind of stuck on that one.
Because Spotify just shows like the song, or have you released it? Tell me, like, tell the fans, people, when the album is out, or is it out now? And those are the singles of it.
The album, so most of the singles are out already. We were dropping them every 6 weeks or whatever, during, you know, even before, from starting a year ago or whatever. But the album comes out this Friday, the 18th.
This Friday.
Yep, available at your local Sam Goody and Chuckles, and what's the other Coconuts?
Coconuts.
Musicland and the mall. They'll have it.
And I don't know what you call it now, but the artwork, promos, little vignettes you're doing with those. And you guys, if you haven't seen Mayer's little promos for each single, he's drinking out of a huge coffee cup.
Oh yeah, the single art, yeah.
Dude, the singles, thank you, single art. You were telling me last year when I saw you last that it's like, yo, that's not Photoshop. Those are giant coffee cups.
Yeah. And everybody, unfortunately, now everybody just assumes that it's Photoshop, but no, we did it. We wanted it. You know, I based it on. I was like heavily inspired by a couple of these like really psychedelic 70s albums, like late 60s from like David Axelrod And who else? Oh my God, there was a couple of really big ones. Samuel Jonathan Johnson. These like really obscure psych records from the late 60s. And I wanted it to have that feel like Pink Floyd's Ummagumma.
Yep. I lost you for a sec.
Oops, there. Am I back?
I got you back.
Sorry, everybody's trying to blow up my phone, of course. Nobody calls all day. And then as soon as I go live, it's like, oh, yeah, we want to get all these. Yeah. So I wanted it to feel like that, you know, have that class. Yeah, I'm an old school dude, man. I want it to feel like film. So I got my friend, my amazing photographer friend, Janelle Shirtcliffe, to shoot them all for me. And yeah, everything is all in camera. There is no editing of any kind.
I absolutely love it. And it is crazy that we live in a world now when people see something tangible, real, and they just go like, oh, what did you edit that in? And it's like,
right.
No, I mean, yeah, but that's unbelievable. And I hope,
you know,
that
for it goes way over the head of 99% of the people, but we do it for the 1%, you know, of people who really get it and care. And that's it. That's all that matters.
One question I wanted to ask you is, I was just thinking about chatting with you and the different paths, you know, we've taken, but I feel like the city of Ann Arbor is a big foundation to me getting interested in the arts. Comedy,
absolutely.
Music, you know, and I was wondering if you felt the same way, if where you came from, the city, you know, were you in a home that was all music and that's what it was? Or was it home? I know your dad plays in bands, but was the city contributing to that as well?
I mean, Ann Arbor was so artsy fartsy. Don't we have the biggest art fair in the country?
I don't know. In July, yeah, every year in July, the city shuts down for blocks and blocks and blocks. Yeah.
I'm going to just go ahead and say that we have the biggest art fair. I don't even care if it's factually accurate. We have the largest art fair in the country. I mean, and it's the entire city shuts down.
Yeah.
And we would leave town. We would try to like get out of town. My family, we would plan for it like it's a winter, like a spring break or something like that. Oh, art fair week. We're gotta get out of here. Rent your house out. It's like Coachella or something. It's crazy. But yeah, I mean, Ann Arbor was so artsy. I think that definitely helped me become the creative weirdo that I am. I mean, did you take any classes at Community?
I did not take classes at Community, no, I didn't. But you know,
I mean, just the fact that we had Community High School, it was an alternative high school where you could like set your own hours and shit. Like, it's unheard of. At the time, it was so revolutionary.
Yeah. I was so sports driven, but then when I switched to comedy and I started to think about, you know, you start to think about, how did I get here? Where do I come from? I started to realize how often I was just being dragged voluntarily and against my will to some form of expression.
Right.
In Ann Arbor. And I remember, 11 years old, my mom took me to see Dennis Miller in Ann Arbor at the Power Center. I still don't know.
Power Center. What a sick venue.
I still don't know half the words Dennis Miller is talking about. But hey, Ches is asking, what are you sipping on, Mayer Hawthorne?
Oh, I'm sipping on a little, it's a little natural wine. It's like a sparkling natural wine. It's from Marto. It's called Crazy Crazy.
Okay.
Highly recommend.
Highly recommend. Hey, let's take some questions. Anybody that's listening, watching, if you have any questions, Ches asked, what are you sipping on? Henny, probably a reference to your song, Henny and Ginger Ale.
Yeah, man.
That's gotta feel good.
I had to cut down on the Henny during the pandemic. It's not as much fun to just get like tossed off your ass at home by yourself.
I had a couple early pandemic nights where I was sitting up on the balcony and it was just like, just keep pouring it. What does it matter?
Fuck it, yeah.
What does it matter? And then
Oh, hey, Charmy. Oh, my girl Charmy's up in here. What's up?
Someone's asking Rob. Oh, hey, Rob Gleason. He's a friend. Asking, what are you listening to, music and comedy, Mayer? Do you have an answer you can think of?
Musically, I'm so
fucking albums you got behind you.
Yeah, I'm listening to a lot of this weird, rare modern soul records. I do my every plug. I do every Thursday. I do my wine and vinyl hour from 6 to 7 Pacific, where I literally just play records and drink wine.
Dude, I've seen some of those, and I have to admit,
on YouTube.
I get swept up in it, and it seems like you get swept up too. Like sometimes.
Oh yeah, no, I'll be hammer time at that.
Sometimes the wine is flowing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to introduce people and talk about the wine. You can't do that without drinking too much of it. So yeah, definitely, there's that. What comedians do you love besides Michael Costa? It's a new special.
Yeah, besides my own shit. No, I mean, it's the opposite. It's like I've watched the special so many times that
I know you don't ever want to see it again. That's how I am.
And I'm like, is it funny?
Oh, it is. I can verify that.
Thank you. But I mean, you watch it so many times, and this is why I'm never going to lie and say external validation isn't helpful.
Yeah.
Because I'm going, dude, that joke, is it? And then you hear people respond, and you go, okay, phew. I mean, Bill Burr always makes me laugh. He somehow finds a lane that is so difficult to execute. And
he just walks the tiptoes on the line like nobody else, right?
You know how like divers, Olympic divers, it says like level of difficulty.
Yes, degree of difficulty.
Like, oh shit, how's he gonna do that? Like
yeah.
Bill Burr is like standing on that edge, and it's like level of difficulty high, and then he lands it. So I love watching him. You know, I'm a sucker for the people that were above me when I came up at the Comedy Store. Sebastian Maniscalco,
he's amazing.
Just understands comedy, is very funny. Let's not overthink what's going on here. We are laughing. That's all. It's visceral. It's like music. You feel it, I'm sure. So
yeah.
What's up for you next? You're pushing the album Friday, but I mean, the work is done at this point, right?
Yeah, it's been done for a long time. Yeah. I've been working on a lot of writing and producing for other people's albums.
No shit.
Yeah, I just got the call from Dog the other day. Snoop Dogg hit me up, FaceTimed me out of the blue, which is always the craziest thing.
You guys have a previous relationship. He was on
your
first album?
We've been cool for a long time, for 10 plus years now or something like that. I can it's so weird. Like I can honestly say that I'm friends with Snoop Dogg at this point, but still, it's still like every single time that he calls or asks me to do something, I'm always just like, holy shit, this is Snoop Dogg. It never goes away. But
he was on your first album or second?
He was on my second album. Yeah.
Okay.
And I actually got him to sing on there for the first time ever. He had never sang, and I was like, if you're gonna be on my album, buddy, you're singing. There ain't no rapping on here.
I fucking love it. So he hit you up at FaceTime out of the blue.
He FaceTimed me recently because he's working on a soul kind of record. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that or not, but
all right.
Maybe just keep that quiet.
All right, we'll keep that between me.
Just between us 65 people in here.
Yeah. The other day I was wasting my life and looking at Instagram, and I had a direct message from David Spade, and I feel confident sharing this. And he just left me a voice memo, and it's one of these weird moments where you just can't believe that the decisions I've made in life, and this guy just hits me up now. And
yeah, that's where you're at, man.
That's where I'm at. And of course I fucking saved it and sent it to my high school buddies. We used to, watch his movies.
Yeah.
And it is a fun. There's so much bullshit you put up with in the biz. It's fun to have those moments. So
those are the fun moments.
Yeah, those are fun moments. Let's take a few questions from some people, and then we're going to bounce everybody.
I saw another question that I thought was really interesting that I would love to know. What podcasts do you like? Because I've been listening to a ton of podcasts.
You've been crushing podcasts.
I've been crushing the pods, man.
Oh, man. I'm fucking lame on podcasts. I definitely, every morning on my morning walk with the dog, Walter, who, by the way, bounced. He was not having this conversation.
He was like, you guys are fucking boring.
This is fucking boring. I'm down with NPR News, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's lame, but in the emotion, in the headline-grabbing media, it is nice to have somebody with a calm voice telling the news.
And it's like it's centering or something. Yeah,
Yes.
It's like it's an anchor that you can always count on. Corva Coleman to just like bring you back to sanity.
Those
right?
fucking names that I almost feel like their names are fake, you know, and there's like there's always some girl in DC. I'm always like, is that a real name? And I feel like they're not real people with real faces, you know. Kai Rizdal. I'm always
Kai
like,
Rizdal. Yeah. Marketplace. Love it. Yeah.
So
that's a house, a Hawthorne house favorite.
Oh yeah.
My girlfriend and I will be blamming that. You know what else? I picked up tennis because of my girlfriend, and every time we go out, you know, I think of you, and I remember you playing it.
Love
Huron.
I saw your post. You got a nice lefty serve going.
That's the only thing I got.
Yeah,
I got a vicious serve, but if somebody hits it, if somebody returns it, I'm done.
Yeah. Well, that was basically the story of my tennis career. I was tall. I had a great serve, and if you returned it, you had a very good chance of beating me.
Right.
But I was going to answer your podcast question by saying I'm down with a tennis podcast.
Yeah. What's a good tennis pod?
Well, there's this, and you would love this magazine called Racket Magazine.
Racket. I heard about this, but I have not checked out the mag yet.
Yo,
I heard about
vintage art, bro.
Oh yeah. I can dig that. Yeah.
And they got some. And like each one of these is like $20. Like they're not like, we're not $4. You know? Like,
right. Yeah.
Like we put some effort into this shit.
Right.
And
this isn't USA Today.
This isn't USA Today.
This is art. Shit. This is art.
So I love this magazine, and they also have a podcast, and it's with a former Grand Slam doubles champion, Renee Stubbs, and her friend Caitlin. And they just, they dork out on tennis, and what they're selling, I'm buying.
Yeah, you're here for that.
Yeah. So
I got to check that out.
Check that out. A podcast you're listening to, and then we'll wrap it up.
Oh, man. What do I listen to, babe? What am I always?
Oh, your babe's there the whole time? What up, babe?
Babe is here. She's chilling. She's over there.
Murder? Are you doing murder podcasts?
I'm not doing any of the murdery podcasts. Yeah. We're too tense already for that.
Dude, I couldn't keep watching Succession on HBO because I'm like, it's a heavy year.
There's too much stress in the world for that.
I was watching Prom, whatever it's called, on Netflix. It's like, it's a musical. It's great, by the way. But I'm like, okay. It's like people just bust in a song. Like, this is what I need right now.
Yeah, we watch a lot of HGTV over here. It's like we're not, the most dramatic thing that can happen is like somebody breaks a pipe or something, right, and there's a leak in your wall or something, and that's it. Like we have to repatch the drywall.
Low stress, easily fixable.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna find that this year, because of this year, art may shift to some of this, because prior to this year, at least in comedy, it was very academic. It was starting to get a little lecture-y. It was very are you a comedian or an activist?
Right.
And we may shift. I don't know. We may shift to just like, this is a really nice thing to listen to while I sip on some natural wine.
Right. I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. Everything good, it's yin and yang.
Yin and yang.
Hey, yin and yang.
Thank you for doing this.
Man, my pleasure. It's good to talk to you, man. Good to see you.
It's always good to
Mazel
see you.
tov on everything, dude. I'm seeing the billboards all over town, dude. How tight was that? I love your post about your parents. I like shed a little tear. That was so great.
Thanks,
That was
dude.
so
Yeah.
sweet.
Thanks,
Isn't that
man.
funny though? How like what was that like their favorite thing ever? Was the billboard?
Yeah, I guess so. You know, my sister was like, I'm surprising mom and dad. And we had one. Look, I'm thankful Comedy Central bought one billboard, but they bought a bunch in LA, they bought a bunch in New York. And then,
Dude, those are not cheap. They really shelled out for your ass.
Dude, I you know, I'm not complaining. I don't know, you know, hey, I'm very thankful.
My
But
record company never bought me a fucking billboard, man.
this is probably the last time I'll ever have one. But I was hoping they would do something in Detroit because, you know, the special's titled Michael Costa, Detroit, New York, LA. And
Right.
they did. They bought one right downtown Detroit, and my sister took them there. And I got
So
the picture
dope.
from my sister. It was, yeah, it's heartwarming, and it made me think like, oh, part of why I felt confident to pick this insane career is because I knew I had that support. So that's cool.
That's incredible. My parents are so funny with that kind of shit. I mean, everybody's is, but like I was on Letterman. I performed on Letterman. I played Madison Square Garden with Hall & Oates. I mean, I've done some incredible shit in my career. The greatest thing I ever did in my parents' eyes, I was in the Jewish News. I had an article about my album in the Jewish News, and that was it to them. They were like,
That's over.
That's all. That was the greatest highlight of my career.
I actually saw you in Hall & Oates at Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah, there you go. I played the Hollywood Bowl. I played the Hollywood Bowl many times. They don't care about that.
Sick. It was sick. Hey, where can everybody get your album?
The album is going to be everywhere. Albums are sold or streamed. Spotify, Apple Music. Tidal if you're a total weirdo. You can buy the vinyl. You can pre-order the vinyl, which is really cool, special edition. It's going to have an embossed 3D cover at mayerhawthorne.com.
Okay. I know you got a good store going on there. I want to thank you for making this song.
Dude, I can't wait for everybody to see the special, and it's so unbelievably funny, man. You really nailed something special here.
Thank you. And I'm also going to put your song up on my Instagram. I haven't done that yet because I just haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna put it up there so you guys can hear it too. And thank you.
Blame it. You can just blame it on COVID, man. That's what everybody does.
That's true. I'll hit you up when I'm back out in LA, man. Enjoy
Please do, man. Let's play some tennis, dude.
Yes.
No, you don't want to play with me because it'll be annoying for you.
Thank you.
Peace, man.
See ya.
Bye.